news for San Antonio today. The only local news station with nonstop news.
Good morning. It's 6:40. Nonstop news starts right now. We are the only station that is commercial-free all the way to the top of the hour. We have you covered this morning, including a look at traffic with David Mendoza. But first, a look at your weather with Jeannette. Good morning, Jeannette.
Good morning, Marisa. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Not too bad out there. We are noticing a change. The atmosphere is a little more saturated, so it is a bit humid, and temperatures are not quite as cool and refreshing as we had earlier this week. Lows are in the 70s. We'll check out how hot it's going to get this afternoon. Coming up, yesterday's allergy report, everything on the list low. And for today, I can say that we don't have any air quality alerts, no ozone action day. We'll get the updated allergy report between 7 and 8 o'clock this morning. It is milder this morning. Take a look at how much warmer it is compared to 24 hours ago. 8 degrees warmer in town, same for Hondo and Kerrville. 9 degrees warmer in Boerne. Temperatures are back into the 70s, mid-70s here, low 70s though across the east. 60s from Boerne to Kerrville. Forecast high temperatures. It's going to be a hot one. Highs slightly above the normal. We'll get to about 94, 95 here in San Antonio. Upper 80s to low 90s across the western hill country. That's going to be the coolest spot. Down across the south, mid 90s, upper 90s in our eastern zone. We'll take a look at your weekend weather forecast. Is there any chance of rain in the 7-day? When could we see rain? Your full forecast coming up in under 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Jeannette. A look at on-time traffic now with a couple of TransGuide cameras showing things pretty good. There's some congestion on the roads. We remind everyone to drive friendly, of course. Let's check in with David Mendoza. He is in your South Texas Ford dealer Sky 4. Good morning, David. What are we looking at?
Good morning. Last time we spoke, I was looking for an accident at 281 and Wurzbach Parkway. Well, we found it. We found it before fire, actually. This is in the westbound lanes of Wurzbach Parkway, right after the exit to 281. Looks like we have a single vehicle involved accident. Maybe this guy hit the median. The damage isn't too severe. Actually, fire was on scene, spoke to police, and immediately left, indicating no major injuries involved with this accident. We do have one lane blocked in the westbound lanes. That's all I'm tracking right now. I'm going to let you know what I see one more time before I end the show. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. That is at 281 in Wurzbach. Happening now, police are looking for a shooter that killed one man and injured another overnight. This happened just before 1:30 this morning outside the Vibes nightclub on the east side. Police say the victims are brothers. They were standing in the parking lot of the nightclub when a driver in a silver or light-colored sedan fired 2 shots. One brother died at the hospital. The other is being treated for a wound to the leg. If you have any information on the shooting, you're asked to call San Antonio police. New this morning, a man is in critical condition after being hit by a train on the east side. This happening on East Commerce Street near Craft Street around 1:30 this morning. Police say the man was walking on the tracks and jumped off while the train was coming, but still got hit. Another man is in critical condition after this rollover on the southwest side. This happening along I-35 and Poteet Jordanton Freeway around 3 this morning. Police say the man was speeding when he ran into the back of an 18-wheeler. The man's car rolled off the highway and he had to be pulled out by firefighters. Developing now, officials in Utah have released all new video of the man they say shot political activist Charlie Kirk. Video shows the man jumping from the roof of a building on the campus of Utah Valley University after Kirk was shot. He left a palm print, impressions, and a shoe imprint that are being analyzed by the FBI, but he still has not been identified. Authorities continue to call for the public's help in identifying the suspect. Utah Governor Spencer Cox says authorities have received an outpouring support already.
The public has answered our call for action. So far, we've received more than 7,000 leads and tips. I would just note that the FBI hasn't received this many digital media tips from the public since the Boston Marathon bombing.
Still, officials have given no indication that they know the gunman's identity or where he went. They're hoping the public will recognize this man wearing a black shirt, baseball cap, and dark sunglasses. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to the arrest of the shooter. Charlie Kirk's casket flew from Utah to Arizona Thursday on Air Force Two. Vice President J.D. Vance helped carry Charlie Kirk's casket onto the plane. Both the Vice President and Second Lady were originally scheduled to take part in a 9/11 memorial ceremony in New York, but met with Kirk's family in Utah instead. President Trump says he will be at the funeral next weekend. Vigils were held across the country to mourn the death of Charlie Kirk. One of those gatherings took place right here in San Antonio last night, where supporters came together to honor his life and legacy. At Christian Family Church, dozens gathered to reflect, pray, and pay tribute to Kirk. Many waved American flags and bowed their heads in prayer, remembering him not only as a public figure, but also as someone who made a personal impact. The atmosphere was filled with heartbreak and reflection as people shared stories of the deep connections he leaves behind and their concerns about the state of the nation.
I really pray and trust that around a tragedy like this that we can come together, that there can be no sides, because there truly aren't any sides, and that we can come together in love. It's what Charlie would want, and it's what he advocated for.
Those at the vigil say they hope this moment will inspire Americans to come together. This morning, San Antonio police need your help finding a man wanted for capital murder and aggravated kidnapping. Last month, police say 19-year-old Marco Vasquez shot and killed a 44-year-old man. Vasquez and an accomplice allegedly lured the victim to a home where the victim's friend was being held hostage. As the victim was arriving, Vasquez allegedly shot the man in the street and took off. Police say his accomplice has been arrested. Vasquez has visible neck tattoos with the words "ha ha ha" on the left side. If you see him, call police. In Frio County, 30-year-old Aaron Joel Plaza has been sentenced to 30 years in prison for shooting and killing 35-year-old Severo San Miguel inside a Dilly restaurant in 2023. They say Plaza walked into Mi Cabana on Halloween night, confronted San Miguel as he was eating with his family. He was shot twice in the stomach and died at the hospital. Prosecutors say 30-year-old Plaza pled guilty earlier this year. A Schertz man has been charged for allegedly robbing a bank in New Braunfels. It happened Wednesday afternoon at a Chase Bank off State Highway 46 near Loop 337. Police say 58-year-old Michael Hicks went into the bank and allegedly handed the clerk a note demanding money. Police arrested him the next day. No word on how much cash was stolen. We're getting new insight into the early stages of the 2026 Senate race in Texas thanks to new polling. The Texas Politics Project broke down how voters feel about declared and potential candidates from each party. Democratic voters gave Beto O'Rourke, who hasn't thrown his hat in, their highest favorability rating. Republican voters gave Attorney General Ken Paxton the highest favorability as well. According to the polling, fewer than 1 in 5 Texans say they've heard much about the 2026 Senate race so far. Texas historically has very low voter turnout in its primaries. In 2024, just 18% of registered voters cast their ballot. Well, flu season is around the corner, and if you're thinking about getting a flu shot, you might want to get one sooner rather than later. That's because doctors are predicting this season to be a very bad flu season. News 4 San Antonio's Christina De Leon joins us live with more on what you need to know about the flu and where you can go and get that shot. Good morning, Christina.
Good morning, Marissa. Good morning, everyone. You know, technically the flu season doesn't begin until next week, but doctors like the ones here at University Hospital say it is best to get it now just to get ahead of the curve and you don't get it, the flu, anytime soon. So here's what you need to know. The season generally runs from October till May, but the peak of it is December, January, and February. But every year, thousands of people die from the flu across the country. And sadly, last year, there were more than 250 deaths in children in the ages 6 months or older who were eligible for the flu shot. That actually broke a record. Now, some signs you may be coming down with the flu include sudden fever, a cough, muscle aches, a sore throat, or even being worn out. Now, this year's flu shot has even more strains for full protection. Listen.
If you get that flu vaccine, it covers 3 strains that are predicted to be the most widely circulating, so you'll have protection throughout that whole flu season. Again, really important, even for people that don't have health problems, because they come into contact with other people that might be at higher risk for severe disease. So we really want everybody to go out there and get that flu vaccine to keep our community protected.
Now, University Health in Bexar County, they're also offering some free flu vaccine clinics as part of their community immunization partnership. And those drive-through clinics are right there on your screen. Here's a list of all of them. The first one is tomorrow. They're going to be offering for the next 2 months. And again, Precinct 1 over off Pleasanton Road is going to have theirs. All of these clinics are from 8 until noon. Now you have to register in advance, and for more on how to do that, you can always head to our website at news4sanantonio.com. Reporting live in the Medical Center, I'm Christina De Leon. We will send it back to you.
Christina, thank you. Happening tomorrow, TxDOT is opening a new flyover ramp on the northwest side. This is part of the ongoing Loop 1604 North Expansion Project. The new flyover will connect eastbound Loop 1604 to eastbound I-10. It marks the 4th flyover ramp to open in the past 9 months. All 8 flyovers in the project are expected to open by the end of next year, 2026.
Honor flight, San Antonio!
Right now, a group of 20 military veterans are on their way to Washington, D.C. This is video of them at the San Antonio airport around 3:30 this morning as they headed to their gate. These veterans served during World War II, the Korean and Vietnam Wars, and their total years of service span 265 years. Honor Flight San Antonio is a nonprofit focused on taking veterans to visit the national memorials dedicated to their service and sacrifice. After their 3-day trip, they'll be greeted back here at home with a welcoming ceremony. In consumer news, the FTC issued orders to more than half a dozen different companies which provide consumers with AI chatbots, including OpenAI and Meta. This is an effort to understand how the companies monetize user engagement as well as how they develop and approve characters or use and share personal information. AI chatbots can mimic human-like emotions and characteristics, taking on the role of a trusted friend or confidant for children and teens. A major acquisition could be hitting Hollywood soon. The Wall Street Journal reports Paramount Skydance is preparing to make a bid for Warner Brothers Discovery. High-profile members of both companies tell NBC News that there have been discussions about a possible bid. This comes just weeks after Skydance closed a deal to merge with Paramount. And Chipotle is expanding into Asia. The plan is to open the first Chipotle restaurants in South Korea and Singapore in 2026. Chipotle already has several international locations, including the UK and Germany. Amazon's Zoox launched its robo-taxi service in Las Vegas this week. The company is looking to compete with Waymo, the self-driving car of Google parent company Alphabet. Zoox is operating about 50 vehicles in Las Vegas and San Francisco. For the first few months of operation, rides will be free. Zoox says once it begins charging, prices will be comparable to rideshare services like Uber and Lyft.
Now your certified most accurate 4-zone weather with meteorologist Jeannette.
I think it would be really cool to see all those, whether it's Zoox or Waymo, those self-driving cars downtown. Right?
Here?
Yeah.
In San Antonio? I was going to ask you, would you get into one of those self-driving cars?
Maybe in like 5 years, when all the kinks are worked out of it.
Settles. Yeah. I don't know if I would.
Really?
I think anxiety would kick in because it's the fear of the unknown, you know? Is this really going to make the right turn and avoid an accident?
It's going to be fine in 5 years.
Okay.
That's why.
Well, we'll see in 5 years. Hey, we should go together.
Yes, okay.
All right, let's talk weather. Hey, if you are going to an outdoor event this weekend, perhaps an outdoor wedding, or a pool party, a barbecue, the weather's looking fantastic. I know we need rain, but with this pattern, little to no rain, which makes great for those outdoor activities. Mornings will stay comfortable. It is a little warmer and more humid this morning, but it is on the comfortable side. Take a look at the rainfall trend over the next several days. No rain for us this weekend through next week. In fact, any rainfall will be down across deep South Texas along the Rio Grande and perhaps up across the Panhandle. Here's the Climate Prediction Center rainfall outlook for September 17th through the 21st. You can see it's below normal on the precipitation for us from Dallas to San Antonio, including Corpus Christi and over towards Houston, well below normal there from East Texas to Louisiana and Mississippi. So pretty dry here over the next 7 to 10 days. However, looking at the long-range computer models, we may see a pattern change, perhaps cooler and wetter during the end of September and early October. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, high pressure is moving in from the west. We have to rely on the sea breeze to trigger a shower or thunderstorm in the afternoon and evening, and there is the chance that there could be a small shower or thunderstorm, brief and small late in the day, primarily across our southern and eastern counties, but I do have a 10% rain chance here in San Antonio for the afternoon. Across the country, not a whole lot of rain. There is a little rain around the Colorado Rockies, also in northern New Mexico, heavier downpours across far northern Minnesota, and there's also some heavier rain across Florida, especially southwest Florida. That is along a stationary front. This area of high pressure is the weather maker that's going to keep the storms away. It'll be drifting a little farther to the east. In the tropics, we do have this tropical wave that's going to be pushing off the west coast of Africa. X marks the spot there. Disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms with that. That is forecast to move across the southern Atlantic Ocean, and it has a moderate chance of tropical development in the next week. In the eastern Pacific basin, this is a tropical depression just off the south coast of Mexico, going to take a similar track to Lorena, but we're not going to see any moisture, any impacts from that here. That'll likely become Tropical Storm Mario. 7-day forecast for the weekend, low 70s in the afternoon, mid 90s. We'll keep it this way through next week, right around 70 degrees each morning and then around 94 in the afternoon. 20% rain chance tomorrow in the western zone.
All right, thank you, Jeannette. Another quick check of the roads with David Mendoza. He's in your South Texas Ford dealer, Skyford. Good morning, David.
So right now we're over 410 eastbound and Ingram Road. This is a spot that usually gets pretty busy. It's looking pretty busy right now. The good news of this morning is that we have no major accidents working on our highways. Traffic is starting to pick up. So just have a great day. It's Friday, TGIF. Back to you, Marisa.
Wow, 410 looks busy. Very, very busy. The good thing is the weather is going to be just fine this weekend for all of the football games, all of that. So I have friends that have their kids, right? They're playing tonight,
yeah, I was
cheering
gonna say,
tonight.
Friday night football. And once the sun goes down, temperatures fall quickly. We'll see the 80s if you're going to those Friday night football games. So enjoy it. Again, I know we need the rain, but makes for great outdoor weather.
I know. Well, thanks so much for joining us. We are here for you.